You shipped it. You said you guys were going to be in the PTZ camera business. And we were like, holy crap. This is amazing, but how are these guys going to build all these cameras? You know, camera demand is a lot bigger than converters, and more than that, a lot of people were taking off the shelf what I'm going to call security PTZ cameras, adding NDI firmware and MPEG-4 and delivering, you know, what was called NDI cameras. You guys said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go full NDI, and we're going to go with state-of-the-art Sony optics and motion and motorization. You were going to build cameras that weren't just Me Too cameras, but were really as good quality and functionality and what I have to say, motion mechanically, as anything on the industry. You were going to compete with the big guys, Panasonic and Sony on the PTZ level, but you were going to do it with NDI, and you were even going to do it with outdoor cameras. So what were you thinking?
Lofty ideas again, I think, is probably the theme here. With our products, with NDI, we always thought that NDI really gets the power and the flexibility by being as close to the glass as possible. And that's from the encoder side. That was the reason why we wanted to make an encoder that was attached to a camera. From the decoder side, we wanted it to be behind a screen. And then we got to thinking it actually makes a lot more sense, or it makes a huge amount of sense to put that encoder directly into the camera. Our background has not been in security. Our background's not in anything other than live production and broadcast. So for us, the thought of having a security camera was kind of a non-negotiable. It had to be a production camera. And yeah, to have a single product, one size fits all, doesn't make a lot of sense. There's people that need a small camera for a huddle room type thing, or that have limited spaces in studios. There's other people that need a 30 times zoom to fit in a house of worship to be able to zoom in and be able to use that. And then the weatherproof cameras are just the next level as well. The fact that you can literally put one of those cameras anywhere on the planet, regardless of the temperature it is at the moment, and it'll operate is pretty exciting.
Well,
so.
You know, the proof is in the pudding, and we have major sports. Now, I know sports got turned on its head and there weren't sports, but before this pandemic happened, we had teams in every major sport in the U.S. investigating, trying out using the 200 and the 300, the outdoor cameras. We had venues that were outdoor venues, all of the country testing it. Some were actually rolling it out. Then we had the P200, which simply was for for its class, the best-selling product in that mid-level professional camcorder range. And then we had the P100, which, you know, was a little bit of an oddball piece, and it didn't get off to the best start. But you guys, someone said, hey, let's put a USB jack on that in the beginning. And now all of a sudden the world breaks down. We have a pandemic and people are zooming and teaming. And what do they need? A camera to come in USB to their machine. And what do you know? This product takes off as an AV product. So
actually, yeah, the P100, we actually we shipped that a little bit late because we did add a couple of extra ports on there, and one of those was the USB. And we did have a thought that we wanted to make that into, effectively the world's best web camera. And so little did we know that that was something that was really needed, certainly over the last 9 months. We've actually got a great relationship with Zoom, and at Zoomtopia this year, they announced they announced BirdDog support for their large Zoom rooms. So if you're looking to deploy a Zoom room, then there's now recommended solutions using the BirdDog Minis as well.
Thank you for watching this highlight from the Videoguys live webinar. If you like this video or you want to learn more, check out the full webinar in our description, or head on over to videoguys.com for more information.